Hello everyone, Emily here. I am really close to the end and I just wanted to show you me finishing my blanket here. I have Ava, she's helping out here a little bit. She usually doesn't come up here to be in the videos. So Ava is beautiful, she is my girl. Yes she is, she's beautiful. Okay, so I'm here at the end. You can see I have the purple coming this way and the white and purple coming this way. I already did my stitches here to turn. Pretty excited to be done here. And then we can go ahead and start on the hoodie. So you just keep going until you have nowhere else to go, and then you tie it off. And then I need to go back through and bury all my loose threads. I do have a lot of hangings, so I'll just take a smaller crochet hook and just bury them. That's my plan. Getting close. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you probably used all different kinds of colors. The purple cow. Okay, so I'm here at the end now. See here? All I got to do is do my slip stitch here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, hi Ava. I'm going to go ahead and do my slip stitches here, just because I want it to be nice and even on my edge. And I'm not going to put anything around it because I really like the way the edges look. So I slip stitched into that chain 2, chain 1, and oh my goodness, Ava, you want attention? Oh. And I'm going to cut it off. And then I'll tie a knot there. I'll bury it. See, I pulled it really tight, and I have this theory, if I put a knot right up against that, it's not going to come undone. It was beautiful. She is. How old are you, honey? Are you an old lady yet? Nope, you're a teenager, aren't you? She's about 4 years old. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and bury all my tails, and then I will be back, and we'll go ahead and start making our hood for this little blanket. Oops, no scissors for Ava. Hi. Here's my finished cow blanket. You can see how I made my spots kind of all over. Came out really good. I'm really happy with it. And so I'm still putting my ends in. And then I figured we could make a couple of little legs, 2 for each side, and then a hoodie for the top. So this is going to be a great blanket for a child. Maybe to get warmed up after a bath. I don't know, but this is a great baby blanket. Mine is, you can make one for an adult, but mine is definitely the size for a child. I want to say thank you to Heidi for asking me to make one of these, because I'm really happy with it, and I never would have thought to make one. And I like my purple dots. And so now let's go ahead and make some legs, okay? This is my paw. If you want yours longer, you can make it longer. Well, it's not a paw, I guess it's a hoof. And since I didn't make a hoof and I'm not stuffing this, I'm going to put this on just like this. If you want to stuff yours, you certainly could. I decided I just put one pink circle there for the bottom of the hoof. I figured that was better than just leaving it blank. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and I'm going to make 4 of these. And I'm just going to put 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, and then I'll start on that hood for the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do my stitch here. Let me put it on my hook. So the first 3 rows are my increase, and then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of single crochets. If you want to make it longer, just keep going until you get to the length that you want. So we're just going to go ahead and start this one. I chain 2. I'm going to yarn over and go into that first stitch, and we're going to put 10 double crochets in here. Now that chain 2 does not count as a double crochet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So my first chain 2 here that I did does not count as a stitch, so we're not going to go into that one. We're going to go right above that first double crochet. We're going to pull our yarn through and do a slip stitch. Get it through there. There we go. So we have 10. So we're going to chain 2. We're going to go right into this very first stitch, but this chain 2 is not going to count as a double crochet, and we're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. So go ahead and put 2 in this very first stitch. Then we're going to continue around, and we're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. Woo, that was a tongue tire. And we do want it to curve a little bit. And if you want it to stuff your arms, you certainly could. I just decided I wasn't going to. And I didn't want to make my legs too long and cause a distraction or anything hanging from my baby blanket. But of course, you can do whatever you want to with yours. You can make them long, make them big, you can stuff them, whatever you want to do. Okay, so I have 20 now, and I'm not going to go into this last one because that's where the double crochet was. We're going to go right above here, the first double crochet. We're going to do a slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 2. Remember, your chain 2 never counts as a stitch. So we are going to do 1 in this first stitch. We're going to do 2 in the second one. That's our repeat row. We're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 in the next, and 1, and then 2, and we'll do that all the way around. So after I get done with this row, I'm just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch till your leg gets as long as you want it to be. I don't know. I want to call it an arm. Oops, 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 oops. Make sure I'm doing this correct. 2, 1, and I needed 2 here. Boy, I just start talking, forget what I'm doing. 2 double crochets, 1 in the next one, 2 in the next one, all the way around. And we're going to make 4 of these legs. So these legs don't take too long to make at all. Alrighty, so now we're just going to do our double crochets. Don't go into that chain 2, go into the first double crochet. Now we're just going to do double crochets, and you do that in each stitch until your leg or arm, whatever you want to call it, is as long as you want. Okay. So I've decided I will do 8 rows of my double crochets. Now let me show you how to do the little pink thing in the middle. And what I did is I used this 5.0 for my whole entire blanket and the white on my arms. But I've got this smaller needle, which is a 4.0. This is what I use to bury my loose ends, which I still have some I need to bury. Oops. We're going to do magic knot. So I decided to use this one to do this inside, just so the stitches are a little bit smaller. And I have a needle. I have a big plastic one. So I put my yarn here, and I have my thumb holding it on my ring finger. Took my yarn around, and then I'm crossing it. Bring it over the front. I'm going to go underneath, pull it through. I'm going to hold right here. Bring my yarn up, and this is my magic circle. So I'm going to crochet 1 and get it all. There you go. And the longer this is, the easier it will be for you. So if it was this long, you just keep worrying about losing it. So I like to leave my tail nice and long. So we have this here, and we are going to do 12 single crochets in here. Okay, so that chain 1 does not count as one. So now we're just going to grab our yarn through, and we're going to do a total of 12. So there's 1, 2, 3. This can be a little bit tricky. 5. So I'm going to make, if I make my circle a little smaller, I find it easier. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was fast and easy, wasn't it? And then we're just going to pull our yarn tight. Just going to leave it hanging there, nice and tight. So I'm going to go in to the top of my first single crochet and do a slip stitch. Okay. So we're going to do this row right here. Isn't that pretty? It's really a pretty design. Okay, so we are going to chain 1. We're going to go into that exact same opening, and we're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around. So just do 2 single crochets all the way around. This adds a little bit of color to the blanket too. I didn't have enough pink to do my spots in. That's why I didn't use this pink. So it'll be nice to have a little bit of pink on these little paws or these little hoofs. And then we're going to go ahead and do a slip stitch in the first stitch, your first single crochet. Now we're going to chain 2, and we are going to do a double crochet in each stitch. What we're going to do is we're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 double crochet, and 2 in the next. So we're going to start our pattern here and do our first double crochet. The next one we will do 2 double crochets. The next one is 1 double crochet, and then 2, and that's our repeat row. Then what I did is I tied it off, and when I cut my yarn, I left enough pink on here so that I could put it on my needle to go ahead and sew it. Now you can sew it on here any way you want to. What I did is I took my needle, I put it in right here, and I went in this area. Here's my needle. Here it is. I went in here, skipped one, came out here, then I went back in here and came up here. So I sewed it down, so I went in here instead of going from here this way and there, and I think it gave it a nice puffy look. And then I just took it through, ran it to the middle, tied it to my middle strand from my magic circle, and I tied a knot right there, and I'm done. So now I have this leg done, and you can put this anywhere you want on your side of the blanket. I'm going to put 2 over here and 2 over on this side of the blanket. It will look really cute, excuse me. So go ahead and make 4 of these and then sew them to your blanket. And we'll be back and we'll work on the hood. So for the hood, I chained 40. Right here. I chained 40, and then I just did a double crochet in each one until I got the size of the hood I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I started here, went back and forth, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these together and I'm going to sew the top. Okay, that's why I left this, so I can sew the top. Then I'm going to crochet around here a single stitch just to give it a little bit of a border, and then I'm going to sew this on the bottom to the top of my blanket, and I'm going to fold this over 4 stitches worth on each side, and I'm just going to fold this over like this on each side when I put it on the back of the blanket, when I sew it to the top of the blanket. So you can decide which side you want to be the right side for your blanket. Sew this on the top. And then I have 4 of my little hooves. And then I wanted to put ears on it. So I did 15. I did a chain of 15. I crocheted back and forth to the size of the ear that I wanted. And then I did a single crochet all the way around, and I tied it in a knot up here, and then I left enough so that I could sew this onto the side of my hood. So this is the size of the ear, I decided. You could make your ear longer. You could make it wider, however you want to. I just didn't want to leave a lot of stuff hanging from this blanket. I just figured it would be easier for the parent if there wasn't a whole bunch of extra stuff just hanging. So after I get my hat on like this, on the sides, I'm just going to have these ears hanging. Purple ears, because I decided I wanted to use purple. I'm not going to put any pink on it, just the purple to match my my dots on my cow. So I'm just going to put them on the side. Isn't that cute? So I have to make one more cow ear, and then I'm ready to sew all my stuff together. And you could decide where you want to sew your stuff on your blanket. Okay. Let's see here. So what I'm going to do is, you could make your ears different sizes and have them both different size. I think that would be really cute. Make him a loopy cow. So I'm going to go ahead and chain my 15. I'm going to put my finger right there on the 15th stitch. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to yarn over and go into that stitch. If you can hear anything in the background, that's my cats arguing about who's going to sit with me. Always arguing. And, well, not all of them always arguing. Mr. Meow Meow is the one who's always arguing with everybody. And he is starting to really warm up. He loves me, and I tell him that all the time, and he just gives me a look. Like, do you love me? You know you love me. Yeah, I talk to my cats. My son bought me a t-shirt over the weekend, and it has a picture of a cat standing, and it says, "Look, I'm a human. Blah, blah, blah." Yeah. I thought it was cute. So just go ahead and go into each one of these 15 stitches, and if you want to make your ears longer, you sure can. And then I went around mine a border with a single crochet. So go ahead and do that, and then I am going to let you watch me sew all my stuff on. Okay? blanket. Here's my hood, my arms, my hooves. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really happy with it. Have a great day. I'll be back soon. Thank you. Bye.